Long Island is very important to this election, not nearly as important as the Lazio people think it is. On Friday, we met with the Suffolk 912 group to a packed house. Carl stood up, spoke his mind. We always take hard questions at Tea Party meetings, and they were really tough at Suffolk 912 meeting as well, but we were really proud to wake up this morning and find out that Suffolk 912 had endorsed Carl Paladino. Mary Meyers, M-E-R-Y-M-E-Y-E-R-S, is a co-founder of the Suffolk 912.
My husband and I started our group approximately a year and a half ago. It was just the two of us. We were fed up, and we felt that it was really time for average American citizens to stand up, speak their mind, and take back this country. So we started our group, and as we drove to our first meeting site, we looked at each other. I remember my husband looking at me saying, "Do you think anyone's going to show up?" And I said, "Well, we have a babysitter tonight, so if they don't, we're going out to dinner." Well, fast forward, here we are, almost 1,100 members, one of the largest Tea Party organizations in Long Island and the state. And we feel that Carl Paladino represents the caliber of no-nonsense style leadership that Suffolk County 912 members have been waiting for a very long time.
50 years.
One of my favorite statements of Carl and that of our members was, "I'm going to Albany with a wrecking ball." That resonated loud and clear with us, and I believe it's going to with the rest of the citizens of the great state of New York. Carl's experiences, his skills, and fortitude are all things that only come from a self-made man. And that is something that the people of New York really deserve. We do not need any more party hacks or lifetime politicians. The fact that Carl is considered an outsider is what we like about him the best. We proudly endorse Carl Paladino with over 87% approval. This is the most important election of our lifetime, and we are, ladies and gentlemen, the boots on the ground. So we have to get the word out. We have to use all the resources available to us because we need to see Carl in Albany. Carl has earned the respect of the Tea Party movement with the emphasis on the word earned.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
We know that Carl Paladino is going to rock the house in Albany. Carl is the only candidate, Democrat or Republican, that truly represents we the people, and that's what we love about him. He has captured our hearts, our souls, and our minds, and we look forward to working for him and seeing him as the next governor of the state of New York. Let's do it together. Be a little chilly in Albany, so we have a little present for you. It is the Suffolk County 912 Project sweatshirt to keep you warm.
Deputy Bush with primary challenge.
We're an organization of 2,000 primary challengers here in New York State, and our job is to keep government clean. We believe in the primary process. Carl Paladino has pushed that all the way. When you primary within your parties, you keep a party clean and fresh. You prevent political machines and corruption. That's what we're seeing here in New York State, and that is why we must encourage primaries within all of our parties. Primary challenge is nonpartisan, and we pick our most strongest, best candidate that is not part of the machine. On behalf of Primary Challenge, I can tell you, months ago, we endorsed Carl Paladino as our Tea Party. I'll tell you now, what we are seeing in New York State because of that is marvelous. I can't remember when we've ever had a Republican primary for a gubernatorial candidate on the Republican ticket. The reason that we made our choice is because when Carl Paladino came before our group and he said he was going to clean up Albany, there's corruption in Albany, he's going to clean it up. He's the only candidate that said that he was going to lower taxes and had a plan for that. And he also said he would restore dignity to our great state of New York. We believed him. All who are questioning, Primary Challenge in the Tea Party has endorsed Carl Paladino for a better state of New York. Thank you, Carl.
I want you folks to stand up when I call out your organization's name, because I'm sure the people of the falsely named Conservative Party and Rick Lazio project will be saying that this was a false press release. Somebody please stand from Broome Tea Party, please. Al, where's Al, please? The Central New York 912 Project. The Central New York 912 Madison County.
Oh, there we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the press, I made a mistake in our press release as I typed it very, very late last night. I wrote Citizen Society for Action. I should know better. It's Conservative Society for Action. Gentlemen, please. The Conservative Society for Action is based in Long Island. Steve, how many members do you have?
4,807. In the hometown of Rick Lazio.
Mohawk Valley Patriots.
His people has knocked on our door every day for the last 6 months asking for our endorsement, and the answer has always been no.
Good. With the Conservative Society for Action and the other Long Island Tea Party groups have anything to do with it, Rick Lazio will be looking for another candidacy, another office to run for again. Mohawk Valley Patriots.
They have a flat tire. They just texted me.
All right, we know Orange Sullivan County 912 Project at the dais. T New York at the dais. Suffolk County 912 Project at the dais. Uni T from Plattsburgh at the dais. Cattaraugus County Tea Party at the dais. Primary Challenge at the dais. Tea Party Patriots of Olean.
That's Cattaraugus.
That's okay, very good. That's right, you're representing both. Suffolk County Coalition for Legal Immigration at the dais. Overtaxed Citizens.
Andy Rivera.
That's all of us.
Oh, okay. The Albany 912 Project. Albany 912 Project, very good. For the benefit of the media, on our press release that we gave you, we said that there are other groups who support us and could not make it due to other things than flat tires. The list is on your press release, but we need to add 2: Upstate Conservative Coalition and the Central New York Patriots of Otsego County. That doesn't, there are a lot of Tea Party groups in New York, and for very good reason, because this is one messed up place. But we are very proud to have this group with us.
Sir, can I have 1 minute of your time? 1 minute. I personally vetted Rick Lazio. This is an answer to prayer.
Okay.
6 months ago, I was invited to meet Rick Lazio in the Crown Plaza. We sat out there facing State Street, okay? Sat down across the table. I took a lunch break. I'm a maintenance man for 30 years. Sat across the table from him. I listened and went on and on and on. I interrupted it like I'm doing you now. I said, look, I only got 30 minutes. I need to talk to you. If you want to connect with the people in New York State, you need to show passion. You need to show desire. You need to show the commitment to change this state. He looked at me with a deer in the headlights look. Sat across the table from him. I walked out. He's not the man. Carl, you're the man.
saw my eyes, there were deer in the headlights. Yes, I bet.
We know it.
You know,
We know Eddie Gardy.
ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Mike Johns. He's one of my dear friends for many years. Mike Johns is a board member of the Nationwide Tea Party Federation, the National Tea Party Federation, and one of the original founders of the Tea Party movement's on the national level. Mike is a very good friend, actually a resident of New Jersey, but he's here representing the National Tea Party, and he wants to say just a couple of words.
You know, one thing I want to point out right away is back in early 2009, really before we had the first tax day Tea Party rallies held, well over 1,000 across this country, was involved. It was some of the earliest calls and some of the earliest communications on this Tea Party movement. And one thing that I've noticed about the Tea Party movement that I think has been underestimated by some of its staunchest opponents and some of its cynics is the fact that this movement has proven time and time and time again that it can do the politically impossible, that it can win elections, and that it can send bad incumbents packing. And one of the reasons I think that there's a lot of excitement right now throughout New York State is the fact that this Tea Party movement has gravitated to Carl as a candidate and an agent of change, of necessary change in New York State. And his opponent, who I read this morning in Albany, when asked if he had Tea Party support, said yes, does not have support of any significant component of this Tea Party movement. So this race is shaping up in the final days as a race between the established status quo and the agents of change that comprise this dynamic and powerful Tea Party movement. Carl's policies are well known to all of you, but one of the things that's impressed me the most, and one of the reasons I'm here, is because this is the chief executive position of the second most populous state in the country. It's one of the most important elections held this entire primary season. And I think in the minds of many people in the Tea Party movement throughout this country, there is no election more important than one between a principled Tea Party candidate in Carl and his opponent, who has shown no set of principles, no set of commitment, and frankly, no ability for political success in general elections. So this Tea Party movement nationally stands behind Carl for governor of New York State. One thing you might say is that, well, you guys must have been sort of working, pulling this together for what, months, maybe a year or so. You know, one thing I think we got to sort of confess is that the outpouring of support by the Tea Party movement for Carl has been huge. And there is a burning desire of this movement to express, with no equivocation, the fact that this is the candidate, this is the Tea Party candidate, this is the candidate who can bring change to Albany. And this meeting today, where we have representatives here who've driven 2, 3, 4, 5 more hours to be here just to share a few minutes about how important this race is.
With 24 hours notice.
With 24 hours notice. And about how important and valuable Carl's ideas, persona, demeanor, and fighting attitude are for the state of this New York. This is a true New Yorker that this Tea Party movement is galvanizing in these final days, and that one of the greatest political stories of this electoral season is going to be the outcome come Tuesday evening.
One last thing before Carl speaks. I want to ask everybody here one question. There was a poll this last week by Siena, and they said they polled the Tea Party, and that Carl Paladino has 45% support. I want everybody here who was polled by Siena to raise your hand. Now that's science, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, Carl Paladino.